say where the road goes, where the day flows, only time.
Welcome, guys, to yet another edition of Niger Vox Pop, and I'm your host, Princess Air. Last time we did something different. We asked the question like, what are you attracted to in a man, and what are you attracted to in a woman? Today, we'll be doing something different also. We'll be doing a documentary. We'll be talking to teenage mothers who want to share in their plight, who want to know their story, who want to know what they've been through. You get? So today, that's what we're going to be doing. Just stay tuned, guys, and watch. All right. Good afternoon.
Absolutely.
I am a correspondent of Niger Vox Pop, and today we want to talk to you to share your story. We want to know how your life has been basically as a teenage mother. So please, can you introduce yourself?
My name is Happiness Daniel. I'm from Kinegwa here, the State, Okaka.
Okay. So if you look around town, you get to see that there are a lot of teenage mothers everywhere. So really want to know what is responsible for that.
For now, I cannot say anything. I will just say it's a love that was bring the problem for that. As in, it's because of love,
Like relationship wise?
relationship.
Because you love your partner and that's why you are together.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so as a teenage mother, like, did you ever, when you became pregnant, how did your parents take it?
I don't have parents.
You don't have parents, so
My elder sister, she's my mother right now. She was very angry for me, for the first place. She was so angry with me. But after everything, she understands, and she was
was
like,
she supportive?
yes.
At the at the first place, she was very angry at you.
Very angry.
So as a teenage mother, did you ever feel like running away or taking your own life?
Yeah, yes. It's like hell. Yes.
Like, did you get stigmatized? Were you ashamed of your pregnancy based on how your parents felt?
No, I'm not ashamed. But it's just that it was hell in the sense that my family was very angry with me. Then the father of my baby, he went out. As in, it was so painful. It's painful. But when I gave birth to my baby, I was free. I was very happy. I was very glad.
At what age did you get pregnant?
I'm 22. Yeah.
So, as a teenage mother, what would you suggest? Like, what kind of support would you need? Okay, what kind of support would you need, like, to help yourself, to help your child, to be a better you? You're speechless.
I don't know what to say, Cha, but the support that I want right now, at least, I want to know how to do something, as in handwork, so that I can use it and support myself and my.
Basically, you're talking about skill acquisition. Okay, so what would you want to learn? What do you want to go into?
I want to learn how to make a tie, to do a tie, makeup. The handwork is yeah.
Feel you can handle all of that.
Yes.
So, at like during the stage of your pregnancy, like, did you stop your education and all? Have you been able to further your education?
No,
What class did you stop in?
it says two.
You've not been able to further your education. So, as a teenage mother, like, what do you think the government can do to help you?
Anything.
You said skill acquisition. You want to learn how to make up. You want to learn how to tie headgear and all. Okay, so what do you think can be done to stop the cycle of teenage pregnancy? Like, already you're a teenage mother. What do you think can be done to stop it totally?
For me, I would say let them be very careful. there is nothing you can do to stop it. It's you that can stop it by yourself. If you can stop it by yourself, you can stop it. Like me, I will never repeat it again because this is a lesson to me. So for me, it's meant for two of them. Me, I don't know. It's meant for two of them.
Do you think sex education is going to play a lot into it, like care from the family during that stage? What do you think basically?
I don't have answer for that.
When you look around town in Yanagwa precisely, you get to see that there are a lot of teenage mothers everywhere. So what do you think could be responsible for that?
Around Inegwa, I can see the thing that is really responsible for that is lack of care and psychological stuff. You know, our mothers nowadays are really careless of our young girls. You know, they'll feel if we get pregnant and we get our child, they easily accept it. They really easily accept it, and that has given our girls more reason to get pregnant. They don't see it as anything anymore. They don't see it as anything, and they feel what is there is it not just to get pregnant and give birth. And some people love being called a baby mama. Yeah, a lot of young girls like being called a baby mama, which is not really encouraging, and they don't really know that the effect is greater than what they are. Yeah, because it will affect you psychologically, emotionally, and your academics. You draw back. It's not affecting the guy, but you as a girl, if you are not strong enough, you can't hold it, and it will make you do things that you're not expected to. It will make you, your peer group, they will look down on you, and it has really affected our girls. And I was happy when I heard that you guys are coming, and I was happy. Last time when you came, I was not really around and all that, so I said let me come and say my mind. And I want to say it out there to the girls. We should stand to our rights. We should pick up our academics, work on ourselves, always be busy, because if you're not busy, you do things that you're not expected to do. Acquire more skills and do things that you will not relent on your parents alone, because you're under your parents, and anything you do, it will affect them, even if they don't say it out emotionally. People will be talking here and there. It will really affect them. So I want to really use this medium to encourage us. We should do things. We should acquire more skills so that our mates out there will look up to us. Our younger ones will look up to us and be proud of us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So you've said all this. What do you think can stop the cycle of teenage pregnancy?
Like I said before, if you want to trace any problem down, you have to trace it to the family. Our mothers, our parents need to work on themselves. Although they do it to an extent, they have worked, and stubborn ones are still out there, but they have to really work to an extent. And those people that know the effect of it, they should come to the Royal Society and preach about the negative aspect of it and talk about it. Let it be known. Let it be known.
That's what Niger Vox Pop is here to do.
Yes, and I want to really encourage people to do it, and I pray for grace upon Niger Vox Pops so that our young girls will stand up and say we are the future of tomorrow, because every girl is a mother and our family is built on us. We are the ones that will stand to raise our family. I really want to thank you for coming.
Thank you so much. Okay, one last question. What do you think the government can do to empower or help teenage mothers?
One thing I think the government could do to empower, like Niger Voice Pops, they should empower them to empower us. Because in every man that is successful, if you look down, there is a line drawn, and every step is being drawn on the line. So the government should empower people like you to come to the real community to talk about all this, the negative aspect, like I said before, the negative aspect, and bring people close to make our young girls acquire skills, create job opportunity, bring out the peculiarity in us, the important things in us, because many of us, we are skillful, but when you look down, no finance, nothing, not, there's nothing to show for it, no encouragement from anyone. So the government should empower those people on top, and they should come to us and preach what is right for us to hear. Thank you. That is what I think.
Thank you very much for your time. Thank you so much. We've heard what you've said, and I know the government is going to listen to what you have said. Today we're talking about teenage mothers. Like, you may not be directly affected by it, but I know you have some experience that you want to share.
Yes.
Okay, when you look around town, you see that there are a lot of teenage mothers everywhere. You see a very young girl with her baby walking around like that. So we really want to know what is responsible for this.
To be frank, and to my own opinion, I think the parents are the ones responsible for this.
Okay, why would you say that?
Because if you give birth to a child, the way you train that child inside the house matters. If the child is not trained in a godly way, or if the child is not trained in an educational way, it affects that child badly. Sometimes it's based on lack of education. Some of the schools, they don't teach
Sex education.
Yes, they don't teach sex education, and that also causes this teenage pregnancy. And sometimes they don't even explain what menstruation is all about. Some of them doesn't even know when they're about to see their menses. Some don't even know how to even handle their ovulation period. And all these leads to teenage pregnancy.
So what can you say about care in the family?
What I can say is that I think the mothers in particular should just try. Your girl's child being pregnant doesn't mean that the child is condemned. Doesn't mean that the child can become what
She wants to be.
yes, so at least they should just try. It has happened. The best option is for you to encourage that child. Take that child in, talk to that child, because they say experience is the best teacher. You as a mother being there by her side matters at that moment. It does matters a lot.
So with all this, what can you say the government can do to support teenage mothers?
I think first, there are two things I could say. First, they should really try to empower the girls, the youths in particular. They should try to empower. Although sometimes I think they do try to empower them, but based on they don't come down to the lower classes. They do go to just universities, not just universities. Secondary school, you can still go to the school, come back and still go back to learn work, your handwork. You can still be in the secondary school and still learn something. It doesn't matter that you must be through with your secondary school or your university. Sometimes they don't even have money. The parents don't have money to like, oh yeah, let me give you this money, I'll wait till you want to learn or do this one. They don't have. So the government should try, if it's skill acquisition, they should try and empower the girl child with those things. And secondly, the educational part, it matters also. Some of them, they lack education. Government school, they say government school, sometimes we pay. It's not free. Let them not say it's free, it's not free. The one I went to wasn't free. We did some payments before I entered. That too matters. It's not everyone that is capable of paying that much.
Okay, thank you very much. So what can you say we can do to stop the cycle of teenage pregnancy?
First, the sex education matters a lot. That really matters. We need to first of all teach them right from a very early age. From the, let me say, primary 5, 6 should know about it. Just 1 to just 3 SS. They should be aware about all those things.
Parents shouldn't shy away from teaching their children sex education.
Yes, they shouldn't, because some of them feel maybe if they educate them, the child will get more corrupt. It's a lie. It's better you yourself teach that child than for the child to go outside and learn it. It's very bad.
Thank you so much for your time. Very much. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Are you a teenage mother?
Yes, I am.
At what age did you get pregnant?
At the age of 19.
Okay, so when you broke the news to your parents that you were pregnant, how did they take it?
They took it normally the way they should have taken it. They were not happy. So at first they were not happy, but it has happened. So they have to accept it. They just asked me who was responsible, and I told them. So he came and introduce himself. That was it.
That's nice. Okay, so what have been your challenges? What were you facing at that stage?
At that stage, me too, I was down, getting pregnant, although I didn't plan for it. I would say it was a mistake. It was, because I didn't plan for it. And when it happened, I had to draw courage and take it that it has happened. And there is nothing I can do about it. So that was how I took it.
Okay. At that stage, were you stigmatized? Did you feel like shame for it? Like, were your friends all saying, "Ah, she's pregnant right now"?
Yes, I was down as in at that spot. When I hear those things, at times I feel like just taking something and ending my life. That was how it was.
You felt like taking your own life, or you felt like running away?
I don't have anywhere to run to, so just ending my life. That was it.
It's quite pathetic. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so during that stage also, did you stop your education, and at what class or what level were you in?
Yes, I did stop my education. I've written my NECO and I've taken JAM too, but as of when the pregnancy come, I didn't think about anything in education. I just put it aside. That was.
So do you have plans on furthering your education?
Yes, I have plans.
Okay, so as a teenage mother, what do you think, what kind of support would you need to help yourself and your child better?
Support I need. The support I would need is people around me, like my mother's support. I need it a lot, and financial support and all those things.
So how old is your child now?
1 year plus.
Is a female or a male?
A male.
Alright. So what do you think the government can do to support you also?
Like this kind of programs, they can support.
Like skill acquisition?
Yes, like skill acquisitions, all those kind of support. They need it.
Like what, do you want to venture into tailoring, fashion designing, like what, baking and all? What do you have in mind? Cosmetology, what do you have in mind?
Me, I'm a hairstylist. Yeah.
Right, thank you very much for this interview, and we pray that all this was surely going to come to pass, and we pray that you further your education and the Lord is going to give you the strength to go ahead in life.
Amen.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
When you look in town, like when you go around town, you get to see that there are a lot of teenage mothers everywhere. So what do you think could be responsible for that?
Well, sometimes lack of money, lack of accommodation, maybe sometimes our parents too can, maybe the way they treat our girls, maybe they can go out to maybe look for some way to make life easy for them, and that may lead to teenage pregnancy and sometimes drop out of school and so on. So what's my major point is that parents, they do not hold their child. Maybe when the child is growing up, they don't tell the child, this is this, this is this.
Sex education.
They don't educate their child. So the child does not know what his or she is doing. So maybe, and number two, financial cases can also lead to teenage pregnancy. You know, teenagers now they are very, very sharp. You know, everybody, maybe they want money. Maybe if they ask their parents for money and maybe their parents don't want to give them, they might go out, and maybe one boy now outside they'll just go, and that will lead to teenage pregnancy.
Thank you very much. Okay, so what do you think can be done to stop the circle of teenage pregnancy?
Well, the most important thing that is supposed to stop teenage pregnancy is for us to teach our teenagers from childhood, to tell them the effect of teenage pregnancy, educate them on teenage pregnancy and sex education, and then inform, maybe provide for them not to go out, and also their friends shouldn't influence them. You know, friends are something that if you don't know the kind of person you are working with, the person can influence you. So their friends, we the parents, we should also look at the kind of friends they keep and educate them.
As a teenage mother, what do you think the government can do to help you?
Well, the government, like I said before, number one thing they should do is for them to go around the society, the communities and other states to tell teenagers about teenage pregnancy, the effect of teenage pregnancy and the prevention. And also they should provide for teenagers, you know, for them to educate teenagers, you know, all this teenage pregnancy, it affects, as a woman it affects us, and also teenagers, you know, we are not up to the age of giving birth. So by the time we give birth at that teenage age, it affects the abdomen, it affects everything about the girl. So we have to stand, the government also have to stand up and say, teenagers, this must stop. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much for your contribution. Thank you, we appreciate you. All right, thank you. Okay, when you look around Yenagoa, you get to see that there are lots of teenage mothers everywhere. Okay, so we really want to know what is responsible for that.
Okay. What I think is the cause of teenage pregnancy, I would say it's because these teenage girls, some of them are not aware. They are not educated about sex education, and one of that cause is that our parents too are also not properly educated on sex education, and so they don't give us the right education about sex education, and so some of these things just happen because we are not aware of it.
You're not aware of the consequences. Okay, so what do you think can be done to stop the circle of teenage pregnancy?
Okay, I think that these teenage girls and our parents need to be well educated about sex education, because many of our parents, they don't know. They just, like, when it happens, that's when they want to react about it, but they don't tell us that if you do this, this will happen. They don't tell us the reason why we shouldn't go about involving ourselves in sex. So I think they need to be educated about it, so that we too know that if we are going into that, it may affect us. Yeah.
Thank you very much. So what do you think the government should do to support these teenage mothers?
Okay, about the teenage mothers, because now some of them, they think that after giving birth, that's the end. Well, that's not the end. They can still become who they want to become. They can still do what they want to do. And so many of these teenage girls too, they don't have parents, they don't have sponsors. That's why some of them get pregnant. So I think the government should create a scholarship for these girls, because most of them don't have anybody to train them, to support them. So if the government can create a scholarship basically for these girls, maybe every year or every 2 years for a number of girls, I think it will help reduce the rate of teenage pregnancy.
Thank you very much for your comment, and we appreciate you.
Thank you.